Welcome to Career Fair Networking. This is Mark Spielis at Central Michigan University. And I'm going to highlight 5 points in a podcast. These 5 points I'll have done in 5 minutes. So thanks for joining me in the podcast today. Let's get started. First step in my five-point plan is number 1, have a plan, right? Have a plan on how you're going to go about networking. So to do that, know which companies you want to network with. Do some research on those companies you plan to network with. All right, know something about those companies. Really important to go in and just don't go to the recruiter and ask, tell me about your company, right? And then as you have those discussions, find a way to link yourself to their organization. Link yourself to their culture, perhaps current events. Find a way to link current events that are going on to their organization. So have a plan. Have a plan going in. This is going to help you to relax as you're going through the whole networking process. This is going to allow you to relax and be a little bit more relaxed through the entire networking process. Step 2, don't ignore soft skills. They're so important. Okay, a firm handshake, eye contact, right? And then, of course, stay off your cell phones, right? Don't be pulling out your mobile devices during the recruiting event. Okay, so for those who are texting, right, eye contact again, firm handshake, and then also take a breath. Okay, be willing to take a breath and just allow yourself to relax. Okay, and then I can't leave out the soft skills of business professional, dress to impress. Make sure that you're dressed with business professional. All right, step 3, be efficient. Okay, make sure that as you go through this process, you've written a plan, you spend time to develop a plan, execute it, right? Go through and execute your plan. Don't spend your time though in long lines. I see a lot of students, a lot of people waiting in long lines at these networking events. If you have other companies you want to network with, now move to those companies instead of spending all your time in long lines. And then hit as many of your target companies as you can with quality, right? You've researched them, spend the time to go to those various companies. All right, so execute your plan, but don't be afraid to go off that path, right? In other words, I see a lot of students that are way too focused on the global Fortune 500 companies, right? The big marquee companies that are out there. And that's where you see these long lines, right? Have a plan B. In other words, plan B being maybe some companies you don't know anything about. So in your planning process, go and maybe take a different road. Mr. Frost had some good advice here. Taking the road less traveled in life makes all the difference, right? So look at some of these smaller companies, do some research on them. You'll find those lines are going to be probably a lot smaller and you can learn something about their organization. Maybe there's a connection there. Number 4, create a link between yourself and each company you talk to. Think of how you link to their organization when you're done with the conversation, with the discussion, and you should move it really towards more of a conversation. Know more about the company, about their culture. Okay, that should be one of your goals, is to come out of this and know something more about the company. This is not just an interview of you, right? This networking process is about understanding more about the organization that you're talking to as well. So make sure you're doing that. You do that by researching and asking questions about the organization. 5th step, close and understand your next steps. So understand, what is our next step? Should I call you? Should I email you? What next step should I be taking in this process? How long should I wait? So make sure you close with that. And then always don't forget, thank the recruiter. Make sure that you're spending time thanking the recruiter. Some managers come to these events, they're taking time out of their day to be with you and know you better, okay? So make sure you're thanking the recruiters, the parties that are there. And then lastly, enjoy the event, right? Enjoy the time there. Maybe you're there with peers, people you know from class. Relax, try and enjoy the event as much as possible. Sometimes that's really hard to do, but by doing that, you're going to come across to these recruiters as much more relaxed and calm. Okay, so best of success with your networking and your career fair. Make it a great day.